Before you scroll past this video, let me hit you with a real question. What if the pickup truck you actually need isn't massive, crazy expensive, or trying way too hard to be a luxury SUV? What if it's just tough, practical, and honest again? Because Toyota is bringing back a legendary name with a modern twist, and it's aimed straight at people who actually use their trucks. This is the 2026 Toyota Stout, and you're watching DriveZone Meter. This isn't some fantasy concept that'll disappear after an auto show, and it's not just nostalgia for the sake of it. The Stout badge stands for durability, simplicity, and getting real work done, and Toyota knows the expectations that come with that name. So instead of hype, let's do a proper human walk-around, starting from the back, moving along the sides, stepping inside, talking engine and price, and finally answering the big question. Does the 2026 Toyota Stout actually make sense in today's pickup world? Starting at the back, this is where the Stout shows you what it's really about. No fancy tricks, no overdesigned shapes trying to impress your neighbors. The cargo bed is straight, boxy, and clearly built to be used. The bed walls are tall enough to feel secure without making it a struggle to toss things in. Drop the tailgate and you can feel the weight in it. No hollow rattle, no flimsy flex. It feels like something you could sit on, stand on, or slam shut after a long day without worrying about it falling apart. The loading height is just right too. So whether you're throwing in tools, groceries, a mountain bike, or camping gear, it doesn't feel like a workout every time. The taillights keep things simple but modern, with clean LED elements that look sharp at night without trying to be dramatic. Compared to something like the Hyundai Santa Cruz, which leans hard into that sporty lifestyle look, the Stout's rear end feels unapologetically work first. And honestly, isn't that what a pickup is supposed to be? Now walking along the left side, the proportions really hit you. The 2026 Toyota Stout looks compact, but not toy-like. It's muscular without being bloated. Short overhangs give it a planted stance, and the straight body lines tell you this truck values strength over style tricks. The blacked-out look on this trim gives it a more serious, almost industrial vibe, especially when the light hits those sharp edges. There's protective cladding along the lower sections, basically saying, yeah, I expect to get scratched and I'm fine with that. Wheel sizes around 17 to 18 inches feel like the sweet spot, big enough to look capable, small enough to keep the ride comfortable and the tires affordable. When you put it next to a Ford Maverick, the Stout feels more traditional, more rooted in classic pickup DNA. It's not trying to blur the line between truck and crossover. It knows what it is, and it's comfortable with that. Do you prefer a truck that looks clean and simple, or one that's loaded with visual tricks? Moving over to the right side, that same balanced feel continues. The ride height is noticeable, but not over the top. This isn't a truck trying to tower over traffic just to feel important. It's easy to step into, easy to live with, and easy to imagine as part of your daily routine. You can picture yourself squeezing it into a tight city parking spot during the week, then taking it down a dusty road on the weekend without thinking twice. That dual-purpose personality is exactly where the Stout feels like it fits best. It's not pretending everyone lives on a farm, and it's not pretending nobody ever leaves the city. Let me ask you this. Would you rather have a compact truck that fits your life, or a big one that constantly feels like it's in your way? Now let's talk about the front, because this is where the Stout's personality really locks in. The wide grille sits confidently between squared-off headlights, giving the 2026 Toyota Stout a face that looks calm but strong. It's not angry for no reason, and it's definitely not soft either. The bumper looks chunky and functional, like it's there to actually do something, not just look tough. What's nice here is that the Stout doesn't try to copy the Tacoma or the Tundra. It carves out its own identity below them, giving buyers another option without stepping on its bigger siblings. In a market full of over-styled, hyper-aggressive truck faces, this clean, no-nonsense look feels refreshing. Do you think modern trucks have gone too far with aggressive styling, or is this simpler, confident look more your vibe? Step inside, and that same down-to-earth philosophy continues. The interior of the Stout doesn't pretend to be luxury, and that's kind of the point. The moment you sit down, the driving position feels natural, with good visibility all around. You don't realize how important that is until you drive something where the pillars block your view and every parking maneuver feels stressful. The dashboard layout is clean and logical, centered around a modern touchscreen for navigation, media, and vehicle settings. But here's the win: Toyota kept physical buttons. Real knobs for climate control. Buttons you can press without hunting through menus. That alone makes daily driving less annoying. The materials don't try to fool you into thinking they're premium, but they also don't feel cheap or flimsy. Everything feels solid, like it's designed to handle years of real use. The seats are supportive rather than overly soft, which actually helps on longer drives. Whether you're commuting, doing a road trip, or heading out with gear in the back, this cabin feels like it's working with you, not against you. Rear seat space is better than you'd expect for a compact pickup. Two adults can sit back there comfortably for a decent drive, and it's more than enough for kids or coworkers. That makes the Stout far more practical than the old-school compact trucks that treated rear seats like an afterthought. Storage is smartly placed too, with door bins and a center console that actually fit real-world items like water bottles, tools, and your everyday carry. Would you rather have a flashy interior that looks good in photos, or one that's designed to be lived in every single day? Under the hood, the 2026 Toyota Stout keeps things sensible. Expect a modern, efficient powertrain that balances everyday usability with enough muscle to handle real truck duties. Think along the lines of a turbocharged four-cylinder or a hybrid option that gives you solid torque for hauling while keeping fuel costs reasonable. This isn't about drag racing at traffic lights. It's about having enough power to tow a small trailer, haul supplies, or head out on a weekend adventure without feeling underpowered. Compared to rivals like the Ford Maverick Hybrid, the Stout aims to offer a more traditional truck feel, especially if Toyota leans into offering all-wheel drive or light off-road packages. And knowing Toyota's reputation for reliability, there's a sense of long-term confidence here that a lot of buyers care about. Would you choose better fuel economy, or would you rather have extra power even if it costs more at the pump? When it comes to price, this is where the Stout could really shake things up. The idea here is simple: make trucks accessible again. Instead of pushing every buyer into higher and higher price brackets, the 2026 Toyota Stout is positioned as an affordable, practical entry point into truck ownership. That means a starting price that undercuts bigger pickups like the Tacoma, while staying competitive with compact rivals. For people who have always wanted a truck but couldn't justify the cost of a full-size model, this could be the sweet spot. And when you factor in Toyota's resale value and reliability, the long-term cost of ownership starts to look pretty appealing. Is price the biggest factor for you when choosing a truck, or do you care more about features and brand? So after walking around it, sitting in it, and thinking about where it fits, here's the real question. Does the 2026 Toyota Stout make sense today? In a world where trucks keep getting bigger, more expensive, and more complicated, the Stout feels like a step back to basics in the best way. It's not trying to be everything to everyone. It's just trying to be a dependable, practical pickup for people who actually use their vehicles. If you've been feeling like modern trucks are drifting away from what made them appealing in the first place, the Stout might be exactly what you've been waiting for. So tell me,